Good morning, Greenville and surrounding areas. Welcome to another broadcast of Continuous Miracle Radio, right here on WGLM 106.3. Scott here with you. And we have co-host Mike in the studio this morning.
Hey, good morning, folks, on this somewhat wet morning.
Yeah, a little bit damp. Isn't today Father's Day?
Oh.
No, that's next week, I believe, or
That's
2
next
weeks.
week. Okay.
I'll look it up.
See, when you work
Dangerous Darren on the dials. You're supposed to give me the pertinent information so I can share it with the listening audience.
when you're working every day, it's kind of hard to keep track of that
When
stuff.
I work every day, it is kind of hard to keep track of that stuff. But anyway, I'll get here right when it's supposed to.
Everybody I know is celebrating next Sunday.
Oh, good. I think I will too.
Okay, get back in the game, boss.
Here I am again. So yeah, we get Dangerous is in here with us again, as mentioned.
Yeah, good morning. It is the 21st that Father's Day falls on.
All right, I got
That's not today.
That's not today.
Yeah, it's
Clarify.
about a week from today.
No, today is Flag Day.
I knew it was something.
Yeah.
Flag Day.
The adoption of the United States flag, 1777.
I'm glad you were there to write that down for us.
I thought you were there making the flag. Alpha Betsy
Me and
Roundabout.
Betsy, yeah.
You and Betsy?
We're having a good time. I got some stories about that old girl, I'll tell you.
Not today.
Okay.
Okay, Flag Day. Sorry, my mistake. It's wrong again. Look at that. Come on back next week and we'll talk about Father's Day, though.
There you go.
We've got a guest in studio with us this morning, local gentleman by the name of Michael Adams. And Michael is the director of the local chapter, I believe it's called, of Habitat for Humanity.
Correct. Thanks for having me in today.
Sure. And with Habitat for Humanity, we like to tie that in with our continuous miracle because that's how lives are restored right here in our local community with adequate housing for people that's being constructed. And, well, from my understanding, and we'll let Michael explain it since he's been involved with it for how many years now?
10 years now. 10 and a half years.
And you're the director of it here
I am.
locally for the county.
Yep, for Montcalm County Habitat.
Okay. I wasn't even aware that we had a Habitat for Humanity in the county. Were you, Mike?
I was. If we had time, I'd tell another story about Dan Eagles, who's been associated with it for quite a number of years.
Oh, Mr. Dan.
Yes, sir.
Dan's a great guy.
He is.
The story we can hold off on.
Yeah, I already told it once today, but I got it down pat. It's a good one, folks. You ever want to know one about old Dan, I got it. But anyway, this is about Michael's involvement in Habitat. And anyway, Mike's a local boy, graduated from Greenville, I guess.
I did, 1990.
Yeah, but you haven't always been with Habitat. What were you doing for that?
Oh, prior to Habitat, I was an adjunct accounting instructor at MCC. I owned a local carpet cleaning janitorial business for 20-some years and
Busy guy.
spent a few time in some local factories after high school.
Sounds like that's a normal route, except for you wound up as a Habitat for Humanity director. And there's
Yep.
not a lot of those around.
No, only one in our county.
Yeah, I was going to say, good point, Mike. Brought your A game today.
Well, I told you I'd keep you right on track today for
You're
a
doing
change.
great. Keep going.
I didn't even see you use a calculator for that. That was pretty good.
Okay, over here I got those counting fingers and stuff, but
Yeah, we take his phone from him just to watch him
Yeah.
practice. Yeah.
well, okay.
So local, born and bred, right?
Yep.
Okay. So and then risen to the position of the director over here at Habitat for Humanity. And that
Risen makes it sound pretty elite.
It does. It does.
I kind of crawled up the ladder.
Well, that's how most of us go about it. A day at a time,
Situation at a time.
sometimes a minute at a time. So, but back to the foundings of Habitat for Humanity. I learned something this morning. Former President Jimmy Carter is not the founder of Habitat for Humanity. He's simply a servant of
Spokesperson.
well, former former spokesperson, advocate for Habitat for Humanity, but it did start in a community down by his hometown. Is that correct?
It is Augusta, Georgia, in 1976.
And it just kind of started in and around his hometown there, and
Yep.
because they was busy growing peanuts as far as Jimmy was going.
Yeah, he was a busy guy.
Yeah.
After his presidency, he got involved with Habitat as a volunteer, and it's a pretty strong misconception, I think, around the world that Jimmy started it, but he didn't. I don't want to take any credit away from Jimmy because he did great things for the organization, but
I'm certain of that.
but it wasn't his idea.
I'm glad he recognized it as a great idea.
Absolutely.
And advocated and promoted it, and then actually did the physical construction work. I've seen some photos and some videos of that over the
He
years.
was still swinging hammers right up when most people his age were sitting in wheelchairs. So
He lived.
Kudos to
Did
him.
he make 100?
Yes.
I thought so. So he must have been doing some stuff right along the way.
Maybe I should volunteer.
Yeah, we're gonna sign you up at Michael here before the day is over.
that's our new mantra. If you volunteer with Habitat, you can live to be 100.
Nice.
We're going to be flooded with volunteers now.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be busy. Already are. So,
Busier.
yeah, so starting out as a young guy here in town and doing the things that young guys do, and then coming along a little bit to the position you're in today. How many homes have you guys put together here for the residents of Montcalm?
So we are getting ready to break ground on a new home in the city of Stanton, and I believe that will be home number 30 for Montcalm County. Montcalm County Habitat started in 1991, so it's at 35 years, 30 homes in 35 years.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good foundation.
It is.
And you build affordable homes for folks who
We do.
make them affordable for folks, right?
Yep.
Depending on their income levels and things like that.
Definitely. Our goal is to not have them struggle financially when we're done. So we've got some special programs in place that help keep the homes affordable for them. And we build super energy efficient homes, kind of simple in scale, but that makes maintenance easier and
Right.
helps every little bit helps to keep them in their homes as long as they're wanting to be there. We call it their forever home, and that's what we hope it becomes.
And then there's different. You guys don't get any governmental funding, so you're donation based, right?
We are. Several, I don't know how many years ago, but several years ago, Habitat came out with the idea of the Restore. We do have a Restore here in Greenville. It's one of the biggest Restores I've ever visited. It's in the old Daily News building on Grove Street, across from Family Dollar. And the Restores were designed to be fundraisers for the Habitat mission. So everything that's donated into the Restore, we sell it, and all of that money stays in Montcalm County for our building projects here to help our low-income families.
Nice. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
I know, like the Goodwills and stuff like that, they've kind of become nationalized.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you guys are still strictly local.
We are strictly local, and then we do everything we can to keep materials out of the landfill. So we've got a great group of volunteers that come into the Restore and fix, repair, repurpose things that come in so we can get them in sellable condition and get them out on the sales floor and turn those dollars into nails and boards for houses.
Is that where you're hanging out, restoring stuff, or what are you doing, Mike?
Well, I'm kind of working on the restoring people to a reasonable state of sobriety.
That's kind of what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm not using nails and boards, but I have threatened with a board or two. But it's about restoring people to a useful place in life.
Right. Productive member of society.
That one,
There.
even though I stumble at times myself, I'm trying to be useful.
You're doing great.
All right. No, I used to build, so I used a lot of boards and nails over time. I understand a lot of the stuff behind it. But as a restore, where do you get the items in the first place from?
A lot of it comes from donations. So we run a pickup service with 2 guys 2 days a week go out and pick up larger items that people around the county have for us.
So it's available. Say somebody's got an old refrigerator, or they got a new one, so you'll take the older ones.
Absolutely, if it's working.
Yeah, that part.
And then the refrigerators have gotten hard to come by in recent years. So think of us next time you're getting a new refrigerator, because when consumers came out with their program where they give people $50 for their old refrigerator,
yeah, I've seen that.
Appliances really dried up for us, and it really was an important part of the restore inventory, because appliances are so expensive for people nowadays, and
everything's become more expensive.
It is. So struggling families, they have a really hard time running down to Best Buy or Lowe's to get a new refrigerator or washer and dryer. And so when those things come into the restore and we're able to clean them up and get them sellable and get them in the hands of those families that can't afford to go buy brand new, that's important.
Right, repurpose them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're doing that service. I didn't know. Actually, that's the wrong way to put it. I know a lot of people that they tell me, if you need an appliance like that, go down and check it to restore. But I haven't heard anybody tell me to go look for a refrigerator there in a little while.
Well, we don't get many of them, man. We do pretty good with washers and dryers still, and we get a fair amount of stoves, but refrigerators they're getting to be hard to come by. Every once in a while we get one in, and it's usually sold within an hour.
So what I remember growing up here in Greenville when Gibson's was still working is that, oh my God, almost everybody had a new refrigerator in town.
Falling off the truck.
Isn't that ironic to think about? We used to be the refrigerator capital of the world, and now we can't get a used refrigerator in the restore.
Wow, times have changed.
Yeah.
Refrigerator poor. It's a new class of economy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, old Kelvinator went away, and that was that. Well, go ahead, Mike.
Well, actually, I can't remember it being called Kelvinator, even though that was one of the brands that they made. I only remember it as Gibson's and White Consolidated and Greenville Products. I don't remember.
Frigidaire, don't forget.
Oh yeah, Frigidaire.
I don't remember what they were when they went away. I think it was Frigidaire.
Electrolux.
Oh yeah, Electrolux. We missed one.
You imagine that? See, there was some time and space in there. You're not, you know.
Well, yeah, I had that episode where I wasn't a member of AA yet.
Right.
Lasted quite a few years, and it cut a bit of a swath in my memory there.
Big chunk missing out of that, huh? Local
sir.
historian, not.
My brother, I can always ask my brother. My brother knows a lot of local history because he found out when he was like in the army that he wasn't a guy that was supposed to drink. So he had a pretty clear memory of stuff, and all
Not
sorts.
so much for you.
Not so much, but I can get the details if I ask Joe.
All right, maybe next time.
Okay, you tell me a question ahead of time. I'll have some details for a change.
Well, back to Michael here and his quest for
Not about me.
Quest for refrigerators. If you have a used appliance or refrigerator, it sounds like in particular, don't hesitate to swap out down at Restore. Bring them down something that they can get home for a family who may need one.
For sure. And it's not just refrigerators. A Restore, we've got all kinds of things available there. Any exercise equipment, tools, appliances, building materials, windows, doors. And then we've started carrying more and more purchase product too.
Such as?
We sell area rugs. We sell vinyl plank flooring, a good high quality vinyl plank flooring, carpet squares. We sell a paint, and it's a recycled paint. There are paint recyclers across the country that gather up these overruns or returns or miscolors, and they filter it all out, recolor it, and they sell it to restores. So and paint has
It's like
gotten
twice
so
baked.
expensive. Yeah, twice baked paint.
Again, it just hit me.
You go to the hardware store and it's $60 now or so for a gallon of paint.
Yeah.
You come down to the Restore, and it's recycled name brand paint, so it covers really well, and it's, what are we? I think $17.99 a gallon, so less
Out the
than
door.
$20 a gallon.
Wow.
And I think we've got 28 colors or something to choose from. So that's another great resource for the community. And we sell paint supplies, brushes, rollers, all that kind of stuff.
I got a little interior work I got to get after here.
Well, there
after a
you
bit.
go. You
So I know,
stop
I
at
know
the
where I'm
Restore.
getting my paint.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm learning stuff.
You'll save enough money at the Restore on your project that you can get yourself a new refrigerator and send us your old one.
I got one of those too. Yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
I'm seeing a wind developing.
We have just solved the world's problems.
I'm glad you laid that out for him, Mike.
Yeah, I need folks like you, handlers. Speaking of that, Darren's telling me, handling me. We're going to tell him we're going to take a little break. Come on back and join us after these messages, brief messages from our sponsors. Thank you so much for listening to Continuous Miracle Radio, right here on WGLM 106.3.
Do you have any education programs for people like budgeting? It'd be really important.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Well, bringing them along, you know.
Yep.
That's
And in fact, it's a requirement for anyone who's getting a Habitat house.
I get a turn, you know.
we got sponsors, don't we?
Yeah. Hey, Scott here, back with you on Continuous Miracle Radio, having a conversation with Michael Adams, Director of Habitat for Humanity here in Montcalm County, doing some wonderful work along the way and making housing affordable for folks who need that in their lives, you know. And I don't know about you, but I know starting out early in life, it was, you know, I remember scraping it together pretty good. Trying to.
I wish I'd have known about Habitat when I was fresh out of school and married with little ones and
Right.
struggling and
All that.
yep.
A lot of folks go through that with just and not with the knowledge that you know, get programs like this available today. So thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
You know, it means-
It's an honor to. It really is one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. So
isn't that peculiar? How when you go about to helping other people, your life improves immeasurably.
that's what they say.
So I'm not the only one who's discovered that. You too, Mike?
A little bit of that,
Yeah.
like every time.
Sounds like Michael has as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's part of, or I guess, what we get to do sometimes. So, Darren, my handler, yes, let me know our phone line is working today. So if you want to give, got a question for Michael, 616-754-1063. And I'm sure he can answer any questions you may have, best of his ability.
I spent some time in politics, so I can come up with some kind of an answer.
Oh, no. You're
We're looking for a straight, honest answer, so
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
that stuff
Oh,
alone.
we got the wrong guy here.
I was local politics. I wasn't. I
Oh,
wasn't.
really?
I wasn't
Oh,
at
that
the,
makes all the
I wasn't
difference
at
in
the
the
fictional
world.
level.
Oh, you were actually getting stuff done locally.
Well, we were trying.
Yeah.
I fixed some roads. I did get that done.
Well,
So
thank you. Hey, I didn't tell you that, Mike. I pulled into my place last night, and guess what I got? Oh, well,
A surprise, apparently.
they repaved my road.
Oh, wow.
First time in probably 15 years. Thank you, Gretchen. Fixed my damn road. God bless that gal.
Up in Nuevo, I noticed a local grading contractor that said, we fixed the damn roads. So there's a lot of that going on.
A lot of no one was more surprised than me. I said, "What is this black stuff on the road here?" This is a cobblestone, you know. Oh, life's good.
He lives on the top of the hill. It used to be crumbled asphalt all the way up to him, and Anyway, I'm glad you're moving on
It's
up.
real nice now. Thank you.
Gotcha.
So Mike had a few questions here for Michael about like the financing piece of what a Habitat for Humanity home, how that looks to a participant coming
Yeah.
in, right?
Yeah, you had the misconception that Jimmy Carter started it, and I had the misconception that they gave those homes away. Could
Well,
you straighten me out a little
I
bit,
can
Mike?
straighten you. We do not give them away. So one of Habitat's big mottos is a hand up, not a handout.
Mm-hmm.
And a free home would definitely be a handout. And so yeah, our homes we build them in partnership alongside the intended family. They help every step of the way. And
So they actually physically come out and help with the
We-
construction.
we call that part of it sweat equity.
I like that. I'm
So-
familiar with it actually.
So in lieu of a down payment, really, they're helping us build the home, and that's really one of the things that attracted me to Habitat, because I think that aspect of the program really helps people take pride in what they've done.
Sure.
And if you just if you won a home on the lottery, you probably aren't going to care as much about it as if you built it yourself.
I don't know. It hasn't happened to me.
It hadn't happened to
I
me
might.
either, but.
Well, in AA, there's something compatible. I've heard you have to take ownership of your own recovery. You have to be a active participant in these things, or it doesn't really work. I guess that, to me, that sounds like true ownership when you embrace the whole
Same
thing.
principle.
Yeah.
Same principle.
It is, and it's important. I mean, and not just pride of ownership, but at the end of the day, they buy that house from us, and it's their forever home. And what happens 15 years down the road when I'm not around, and they've got to start doing some maintenance on the house and fixing things, and they think back, oh yeah, I built that wall. I know where the wires are in there. I know where the plumbing is. I know how to fix that.
Right.
So I like to tell people when we build them a house, it's not just about giving them the keys to the house when we're done. It's about giving them the tools they need to be successful homeowners long after closing. And those tools are knowing how that house went together, knowing how to maintain it, knowing how to pay for it. So another big aspect of the Habitat program is we require all of our families to go through financial training, budgeting classes.
Become a little more educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of our families in that income category struggle. And Habitat talks a lot about ending generational poverty.
Yeah.
And
Because it is. It's like addiction. It can be generational. Same thing with poverty. If you're not taught the skills, how can you be expected to
exactly
perform the skills?
exactly. And it's really hard to untrain generational poor financial decision making in the 9 months or 12 months it takes us to build a house, which is why Habitat is really excited about this new program that we started this last year, the transitional housing program.
What's that look like?
Well, we named it after Dan Eagles.
Oh,
So
That's
that
what
guy-
I saw in the
that guy
paper
keeps
was
popping
Yeah.
up.
the Eagle's Nest is what I heard.
The Eagles Nest. So it's a home next to the Restore that Habitat purchased, and we renovated it. And one of the things that we've run into since I've been there, and I'm thinking of one homeowner in particular, that her rental house was so bad that our family selection committee just didn't even want to leave her in there another day. They wanted to put her up in a hotel. There were safety concerns with electrical and heating problems and plumbing issues, and it's hard for these families to get past that.
Right.
And,
Well, it becomes their normal. So bringing them
it
out
does.
of that. Yeah.
And, so this transitional housing program that we've started
I like that.
is a place where families can come in and if they're really close but they're struggling financially and they need some help getting their credit up or putting some money aside for whatever, then they can move into that house, and we know it's a safe, affordable rental where we can work with them more one-on-one, give them a more intimate education on budgeting and finance, and beyond that, lawn care, just being a good neighbor in general, maybe some gardening, some home maintenance classes. So this program is really exciting for us as we prepare to move our first family into that.
It sounds more all-inclusive than the way maybe things were done previously, right?
It is, and not every habitat does this or has had the opportunity to do it. I'm hoping that once this program rolls out for us, other habitats will look at it and say, wow, what a benefit to your families, and we want to start a similar program. And who knows, in the future, maybe we can have one of these transitional houses in different parts of this county, too. But for right now, we're starting with the Eagle's Nest in Greenville, and
Grow it from there.
grow it from there.
Yeah.
Do you folks ever use the term empowerment? Because that's what that sounds like to me.
It does sound, I don't think I've coined that in any of my speeches yet, but it absolutely does sound like empowerment.
I think that was a word I was searching for a little bit ago. That all these things together.
I'm glad we could help you find it.
Yeah, I need a lot of help, Mike, and
There was that one day.
Yep. Every once in a while, the light bulb flickers.
well, no, it's more like it's more like I'm really swinging for the fences. And that one time I made contact, it aimed the right way, and the wind was right, and I got a home run.
It's almost like I psychologically put that in your head.
No, I think you psychotically did, Mike. Thank you for the help.
However it came about, I like it.
That's what I work with.
I'm going to use it in my speeches now. We are empowering people to take control of their own financial
and it's
fitness
so-
and their stable, affordable housing options.
And it's so true, like you mentioned, generational. It goes on for years, and that becomes a person's normal. And then to, much like recovery, to retrain a person. to
One needs
become
action to retrain that.
Yeah, independent. It's a
Absolutely.
rebuild process. So
And
a
then-
restore.
I know we're talking. You guys are on the addiction recovery side of things, and I like to think of us on the financial recovery side of things. But it all ties in together because when families are struggling with housing insecurity,
Right.
it affects every other aspect of their lives. So, studies have shown that when families get into habitat houses, kids do better in school because they've got a safe place,
Stability.
a bedroom and some stability in their life and a safe yard to play in, and they do better in school. And I would be a firm believer that carries over into addiction recovery and every
Oh,
other aspect of their
absolutely.
lives, too.
It's nice to know where you got a place to stay.
It
You
is. And not just a place, but a safe, affordable place that's not.
Right.
Greenville talks a lot about affordable housing, and a lot of these affordable housing complexes they're still like $1,400-1,500. I hear of rent at $2,000 a month, and that's affordable for somebody, but not the families we're working with. So that's why this program is so important.
Right. The cost of everything has increased. We all know that. We don't have to beat that drum. We're living it. But rent being one of them. And, so thank you for your service to the folks in our community who can use those services.
It really is an
Making
honor
it
to be a
available.
part of that organization.
So there's an ACEs test that talks about adverse childhood is what the AC part of it is. It's things that happen in a person's youth that are adverse to healthy maturity. And one of them is housing insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
And part of what we're talking about here is the kids that get caught in the middle of that they quite often feel responsible for what's going on. They try to fix it in ways they can't fix because they're worried about a safe place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
In recovery community, that's huge. Almost everyone in the recovery community at some time has had some housing security issues enough to make it a really emotional event in their lives still.
Absolutely.
So
And that points to the importance of this program for everyone, not just folks in the recovery community, but for all of our residents or citizens here in Montcalm County, and that's where we're at with it. Because there's more debilitating, or there's other debilitating, I should say, forms out there. Somebody maybe got a handicap or is disabled, or however you want to term that these days. I don't even know what's politically correct because I don't pay attention to that stuff.
I think handicap's still accessible.
Okay, but those folks need help too.
They
is
do,
my
and
point.
now that you brought that up, I kind of want to mention that as
No,
part of
please do.
Habitat is our primary mission is building new energy efficient affordable homes for lower to moderate income families, but Habitat also has a program called A Brush with Kindness where we can help with some minor home repairs and different things to help the community. And we talked about handicaps, so
Yeah.
building a handicap ramp is something that Habitat might be able to help with, and that's all important too. When we build a house, we talk about building it for aging in place. I always call it a forever home,
Yeah.
but when we build and design our houses, we build it with the idea that they're going to be there forever, and someday they may be in walkers or wheelchairs, and so we build our houses handicap accessible. But there's also a segment of our community that are aging and sometimes have to leave their homes before they should have to because they don't have access to them, because they needed a ramp or they needed a wider doorway or something like that.
Sure.
So if that Brush with Kindness program can go in and make some modifications and help that family stay in their house a little longer, that's important. That's important work too. So
Well, it's important to everyone,
It
not
is.
just the resident, but probably people. If it's a forever home, they're in that community there or neighborhood for quite some time, become neighborly.
yeah.
Now you got me thinking, Mike.
Uh-oh.
I'm starting to get a little bit older now. I'm 76. I'm starting to feel some of the effects of it every time I get in an accident.
I
It's a
didn't
lot
think you
worse.
looked at
Well,
I
stop
didn't think
getting
you
in
looked a
that.
day over 56 plus 20.
Stop getting in an accident. Let's start there.
Now wait a minute. I'm thinking that I might be able to, if I get out of avoid the accidents, I might be
Yeah.
able to age in place. And getting in and out of my front door is not the simplest procedure the way things are right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I should think about this a little bit in the future. What am I going to do if I should get old?
Well, you can pull that stick out of the front of your car and use it as a cane or something.
So that's that generational stuff. I've spent a lifetime
That's just
driving.
one of Mike's weekly modifications.
I spent a lifetime driving previously owned sedans. That's the initials of POS, if you ever heard them. Okay, these previously owned sedans have needed a little loving kindness and care.
I grew up in Gowan, and POS meant something else, but now
Well, it still means the same thing, but that's what I got, a previously owned sedan.
I'm glad to be enlightened on the true definition now.
Well, yeah, should I ever wind up with a truck or something, we'll have to rename the whole thing. Well, wait a minute, am I getting cut off right in the middle of this POS?
You can keep going. I'm just letting letting Scott know that we gotta take a break.
If you turn that into truck, then it becomes pot, which is anti-addiction recovery. So,
Yeah, there we go.
so just don't buy a truck.
Yeah, stop there.
Stop right
Let's
there.
stop there for a minute.
Well, I got a question for him about it. If somebody came in, how they qualify.
We'll do that when we
Okay,
come back.
I got one.
All right, after the break.
Yeah, we'll take a little break here because Dangerous Darren's telling us to.
We've got to
My
recover
handler.
from that segment.
Yeah, so come on back and join us after these brief messages from our sponsors. Thank you so much for listening to Continuous Miracle Radio, radio on WGLM 106.3.
It's the only way you can slide one past, Darren. So anyway, that's why there's a stick, because it's a piece of shit.
I recognize it.
Don't mind. No, I don't. That's too much pressure.
Yeah, I know better. You can say it. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Scott back here with you on Continuous Miracle Radio, having a little fun during the
I
break.
dare
like
you.
we do. Mike wants to be taken seriously, and I just can't get there. So, so we're gonna work with what we got today. He did have a pertinent question, though.
Well,
what were you talking about? With Mike?
well, I thought about, if somebody approached Habitat and said, I'm having trouble with my housing, and can you help me? What do you do at that point?
What's your process actually look like?
All right, that's a good question. So there
Which one?
are, and by the way, before we even start, I just want to preface that we are seeking a family for that Stanton house right now.
Oh,
So people should reach out to me.
Yeah.
If
Do
they're
you have
interested in the
you have a
program.
number? Maybe
I
get.
do.
Well, let's wait a second. Give folks a chance to get a pencil or
All
a
right,
pen
yeah,
around,
you
and we'll
get
give the number out here shortly.
All right, we'll come back with that.
Yeah.
So
I got the timer set.
All right, 1 minute.
Yep.
So there are 3 criteria for being selected as a Habitat family. One is the ability to pay for an affordable mortgage, because we've already cleared up the misconception. That
Oh, yeah, I'm
houses
going to
are
have to pay
free.
for this.
You are going to have to pay for it. You're going
And
to pay
you can-
something.
So we're all understanding. You can adjust a payment to whatever level of income a family is presently receiving. Correct.
We can to a point. Yep.
Okay.
So and
Okay.
I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah.
And so we're going to circle back to that chapter right after we go over the 3 criteria. So we've got
Go ahead.
the financial part of it. They've got to have the ability to afford a modest mortgage. They've got to be willing to partner with Habitat, which I like to tell people that means that you agree to be good ambassadors of the mission of Habitat. So whether you're riding a truck in a parade with us, or you're out in the community, people know. I mean, it's hard to get a Habitat house anonymously, so people are going to know. And we want you to be good ambassadors of the program out in the community. And,
Sweat equity with a hammer and ambassadorship.
Yep. So there's
It's a lot of
this-
responsibility.
So-
Well, so is ownership.
Yep.
So the willing to partner is you're a good ambassador, and then that sweat equity portion, again, you're willing to put in the time. And we do quantify that with a number. So every adult moving into the house has to put in a minimum of 250 hours of sweat equity. Now, some of that can be used up as their financial training, but the majority of it I like to see applied towards the construction of the house for reasons we've already talked about, just because
Right.
it's their house in the end and they should know how it went together. And then the other one is a need for affordable housing. So, well, I guess everybody has a need for affordable housing, but not everybody is meant to be a homeowner, and we recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
But and so not every renter automatically qualifies for a Habitat house just because they're renters. Some people just are happier renting, I guess. They don't want the responsibilities of home ownership. But if you are in housing that's outside your budget, or not big enough for your family size, or not safe,
Mm-hmm.
or the utility bills are so high because the housing is poorly constructed, that's where that need for safe, affordable housing comes in. It's usually pretty easy to hit that one, but those are the 3 selection criterias: affordable mortgage ability, willingness to partner, and a need for safe, affordable housing.
Your follow-up question, Mike?
I think I can't remember having one just yet. I was listening so close I didn't have a question ready.
Oh, okay.
I dazzled you. I didn't baffle you. I
You
dazzled
dazzled
with
me,
my,
mister. You kind
so,
of
so,
answers.
so Scott had asked about
Phone number.
a phone number. We're circling
Yeah.
back. Is it? I thought we
I
had
was
3
keeping
seconds left, but
Okay, now.
No, just answer the question, sir.
so to get a hold of us at the Habitat administrative offices, it is 616-754-5772. Or you can email me at director@montcalmhabitat.org.
Let's give him one more time.
616-754-5772. To call me or to give me an email, it's director@montcalmhabitat.org. Now, if you're looking to have a donation picked up or trying to get a hold of the Restore, that's a different number. We'll share that one too.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Please do. Yeah.
Okay, got your pencils ready. 616-754-5014 will get you to the Restore.
And that's where donations can be dropped off or picked up, right?
Or you can come in and buy some of that paint or other
Occasional
treasures we have in the
Yeah.
store.
Occasional refrigerator.
An occasional refrigerator.
So what were you thinking now, Mike? Did it come to you?
Well, this is a little bit different one
Okay.
about donations also of money.
Okay.
If people wish to donate overall to Habitat for Humanity, they can donate money also. I asked that question earlier.
Absolutely. We depend on those donations from local individuals and businesses. And those donations can be made directly to our office. If you wanted to mail us a check, it is 124 West Grove Street, Greenville, Michigan, right across from Family Dollar. We do depend on those donations, and every dollar that comes into Montcalm County pretty much stays in Montcalm County.
It's recycled right here in our
Gets
hometown.
recycled,
Yeah.
I remember,
redistributed.
did we touch on the golf outing yet, or would you?
We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't. So all the golfers out there, one of our major fun time events we do every year is a golf outing. This year it's on September 11th at Brookside Golf Course, and the registration link is now live on our website, montcalmhabitat.org.
Brookside is a dynamic golf course too.
It's a nice course, and I think this is our 8th year out there.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah, good folks out there. They really take good care of that.
they do.
Yeah, I
And,
enjoy playing there.
They've been great partners for us. So get signed up, get a team, and come on out, and we'll see you at the golf outing too. And that all goes to help support the mission of Habitat.
Do you do any other fundraisers throughout the course of the year? Or?
We used to do a bike ride, but Habitat International was not big proponents of bikes. They thought they were. I know a lot of people were disappointed when we stopped the bike ride, but Habitat International thought bike riding was pretty dangerous. So we've kind of done away with that, and we've toyed around the idea of doing some other things for fundraising, but we're not ready to roll them out yet. But we've got some exciting things on the horizon, either for later this year or next year, with some new
Nice.
fundraising opportunities.
Yeah, well, riding a bike can be dangerous. For Mike, driving is becoming dangerous.
and I wonder if that's why they didn't want us to have the bike ride in
They
Montcalm
might
County,
be
just
onto
because
something.
they knew Mike was driving around here. And
You might be on something.
To my credit, I have not had a pedestrian incident with my car, unless you want to consider a deer a pedestrian
I don't
or
know
a
if
large
I'd be saying that
raccoon.
out loud.
you just jinxed yourself.
Knock on
Yeah, that's
wood.
what I'm saying. I don't think I'd do that, but too late.
And then, Scott, one of the other things that you had asked about was how we keep saying that our houses are affordable, but we haven't talked about how.
Yeah, how does that come about for us?
So Habitat International, the model with the Habitat program is that we sell our houses for what they value, what they're valued at.
Mm-hmm.
So every house, when we're done, gets appraised by a third-party appraiser like any other house, and Habitat International says, well, you need to sell it for what it's appraised for. Well, guys, what's happened to housing values in the last 5, 6, 8 years?
Skyrocketed.
I'll give you a great example. We built the first house we built in Stanton, I think 5 years ago. It appraised for in the neighborhood of $160,000. The next 2 houses we built were in the same city, same floor plan, on smaller lots, and they appraised it over $200,000.
Yeah.
And that was, one was pre-COVID, and the next 2 were during COVID, and that's how much the housing prices jumped in a year and a half. And $200,000 starts to get a little unaffordable for the families that,
Sure.
that we're trying to work with. So here's what Habitat does. We recognize that they can't afford a payment on a $200,000 house. So we give them a primary mortgage at what's affordable for them at the time.
Right.
And the difference between that gets written up in a second mortgage that we call gifted equity. And as long as they stay in that house and stay good ambassadors of the program and make it their forever home, that second mortgage gets forgiven over time.
Oh, okay.
And it's an important aspect because
And they're aware of all that you explained.
They're aware of it.
Yeah, okay.
they're aware of it.
Step-by-step process.
And it's a really good part of the program. And coming from we mentioned that I was an accounting teacher at MCC in the past. So this part of it really kind of, it's another thing that attracted me to the program. Because we build the houses with volunteer labor.
Right.
Primarily, almost 100% volunteer labor, and then we get some corporate donations and some other help along the way that helps keep our build costs down. But we don't want our families to just flip these houses either.
Yeah, that's not the
We
goal.
want it to be your forever home because you needed a forever home. So that gifted equity clause in there keeps them from flipping the house.
Oh,
But we understand that things change, and if you've got a 30-year mortgage and 15 years down the road, life's changed for you, your family's grown, your income has gone up. And
today's world, too, workplaces change.
Oh, your workplace
rapidly.
has changed. So there's lots of reasons somebody might not need their forever home or
Sure.
can't stay in it anymore. And so that clause where they've got to pay back a portion of that gifted equity if they refinance or sell, that money goes right back into the program to help the next family.
Okay.
So family A really needed it when they got it, but now life's changed and they've got better jobs and things are looking up and they really don't need it. Well, that's why we need that unused portion of that gifted equity
For
back
the
so we
next
can help the
folks.
next family.
Yeah, coming along.
So that's just one
Now, as
of
an
the
accounting
ways
person, somebody put some thought into that, didn't they?
they did, and I can't believe it myself, but they figured it out before I got there.
Every once in a while, folks get lucky.
They do.
Well,
They
it's
do.
good that you approve of it.
Well, I did. I gave it my stamp of approval and signed up to be a lifer there, I
Be a
think.
proponent of it. So, what else, Mike? What else you got for us today? I knew you had a couple.
Actually, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for saving
We
me,
call him
Darren.
Dangerous Darren for a reason, okay?
Yeah. Now, my dad was a carpenter, union carpenter for 42 and a half years. None of those skills ever got to me. How can you teach me to build a house?
Good question. And I think we were on a break when I was talking to Scott or
Yeah,
Mike. I don't
we were.
remember. But my favorite volunteers are the ones that have never touched a hammer before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's odd. Those volunteers are nervous. They're like, well, I don't know if we can help with habitat because I've never built anything before. But they're great. They come in with open minds and they're eager. And we've got a great core group of volunteers and staff that works well with volunteers. We kind of think of it as trade school.
Yeah.
You show
Trade
up on the
schools.
Habitat Build site, and we're going to tell you exactly what you need to do and how to do it, and we're going to help you along the way. And it's so rewarding for our volunteers to spend a day on a build site doing a skill that they never dreamed they'd have.
Sure.
And in a day's time, they just put siding on half a house, and they've never done siding before, and it looks great. So
Step back and look at it and go, I did that.
So we're kind of like a trade school for volunteers.
Is it easier working with them people that don't know anything than it is with a know-it-all?
Well, I don't want to.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Every once in a while, a volunteer will come along that's been in the building trades their whole life, and they've got their ideas of doing things, and we've got our ideas of doing things, and at the end of the day, we compromise and do it my way. But
Somebody's got to be in charge.
they
Yeah.
do, and
Let them.
And one of the reasons for that is because Habitat prides itself on being leaders in building technology and high performance homes and super energy efficiency, and so it's fun when we can work with some of them guys that have been in it forever and show them different ways of doing things, and this is why we do what we do, and
Maybe
They
show
learn
them the right
something.
way.
Well,
You
Different
weren't
way.
going there, were you?
there's the right way, the wrong way, and then there's my way, and
And then there's a different way.
yeah. It's kind of like the truth. There's three versions of the truth: his story, her story, and then the real story.
What happened?
Yeah. So same way with building. There's your way, my way, and the right way, and
There's
like I
also
said,
best practices for the system you're using.
there is. And the important thing is at the end of the day, when we turn over them keys, everybody who worked on that house is proud of what we built.
Well, they've invested in it.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've invested their own sweat equity.
So volunteers of
Empowered.
all walks of life are welcome, and if you don't know anything, we'll train you, and if you know everything, we'll train you anyway.
So you probably
like
couldn't
that.
use Mike because he falls on both sides of that spectrum.
I just can't remember where I'm at from day to day.
He can be the smartest guy in the room one day, and it be clueless the next day.
I couldn't even imagine.
My brother described that as dumb as a pine stump.
I like your brother. Did I ever mention that?
He's been to roof and he knows.
He does. He does. He knows the difference between the stumps.
Yes, sir.
Are they still the stump fence capital of the world, or did they
Never
lose
changed.
that title?
Never changed.
Listen to that man over there. He's telling you that.
Yeah.
Never changed.
I haven't researched it all yet, but I always wondered if they ever lost that title.
Ask him about the Dancing Danes too someday. He got that one.
I got
Yeah.
some. I got some experience.
But I got Dan Eagle stories myself, so.
Yeah. Dan was my middle school counselor, so I've known Dan a long time too.
Did he ever tell you about circus and stuff like that?
No.
Oh man, he
No,
used to
we
go.
don't have time today.
I'll get to it.
But one of these days, we're going to let you tell us a circus story,
Okay.
Mike. Not that there's not enough of one going on right now.
Oh, you should have seen it late 1800s, folks.
Oh.
It was,
Well, Michael, I want to thank you, sir.
Thank
for,
you.
For your service to the community and helping folks out along the way. Coming in today and sharing a little bit about what you do out there in restoring people in their lives. And it's important work that's being done on everyone's behalf. And thank you so much for your service.
Thanks for having me. It's like I said, it's one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. So
And once again, if you got any donations or whatever, just come on down to Restore and you can drop those things off. Michael will greet you there. Be happy to see you. So, in the meantime, he'll be out swinging the hammer. Mike, not so much.
I
Hey,
still
come on
swing
back
at
and
the
join
baseball.
us next week on Continuous Miracle Radio. I have a special guest in here for you. Thank you so much for listening here on WGLM 106.3. Scott signing off.
that was fun.
Liked it?
Yeah.
Didn't hurt.